Hey, it's Marshall Ting with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside Report for this past week, the week of February 20th through the 26th. And just if anybody hasn't been keeping up with the market or the world around us, there's only one word I can think of to describe it, and it's probably not the one we want to hear, but that's just volatile. This market, the Russia-Ukraine deal, and a couple other a couple other outside influences are having a huge impact, not only on your cattle market, but also on your grain market and a lot of other different entities going on right now. So let's talk about how it's affected us. So as to start off with, cattle sales were down this past week. So we sold just a hair over 17,000 head of cattle through our sale barns this past week across the state of Kentucky. That's back about 4,000 from what it was this time last year. So not too much, but you can tell a difference. Now, here's the interesting part. The market changed this week almost on a light switch. You know, we've all been keeping an eagle's eye on this Russia-Ukraine deal, and it had its effect on Wednesday. So the USDA called the markets on your feeder cattle. You called your steer cattle steady to $4 higher. Your heifers were going to be steady to $3 higher. And then they said by about Wednesday, midweek, instances of $3 lower. And that was just as clear as daylight on that. It was like Thursday morning when you showed up and ready to go. There was a big difference in the market right there. But the good news is, if there's a positive note about this, it seems like for all of your cow-calf guys out there, your lightweight feeder cattle deal doesn't seem to be affected on it as badly as your heavier weights. Your 6s, your 7s, your 8s, your 9s, your 1,000-weight cattle are the ones really seeing the brunt of this, and even your fat cattle market is as well. But let's talk about these lightweight cattle that I just brought up. So the lightweight cattle market's still pretty good. Your 3-weight steer cattle, you're looking at $1.60 to $2 on those. It was going to be your range. They topped out the market this week at $2.28. Your 4-weight steer cattle, $1.70 to $2. And it's going to be your range on that. They topped out the week at $2.23. And then your 5-weight cattle this week at $1.55 to $1.80. Top of the market there at $2 flat. Now, like I said, let's talk about how this heavier cattle, or your 8-weight and your heavier cattle have been affected by this market volatility. So I'm going to give you some numbers here to compare real fast. Some of them are going to be, the first set of numbers are going to be from the first half of the week, and then I'm going to give you some on the back half of the week. Now, there's going to be a little bit of price or weight difference on this. It'll have a little bit of effect, but I think you can see the difference in the numbers right quick. So here's your loads and your groups on your 8-weight cattle. So here's one set of them. Here's 56 steers. They're all black-hided. 759 pounds on the average at 162.90, first of the week. Here's another set of them, 24 head of these, not a full load, just a big draft of them, 24 head, all black-eyed steers as well, 811 pounds on the average at 153.75, first of the week. Now, here's some middle of the week, 65 head of these, 830 pounds on the average, all blacks as well, 153.30. Now, let's jump into Thursday and Friday, the back half of the week. These are going to be a little bit heavier, but you can see what I'm trying to drive at here. Here's 51 head of these, 878 pounds on the average, all blacks as well, 148.10. Now, here's the last set of them, 59 head of these, 882 pounds on the average, all blacks as well, at 148.50. So there's a big difference. You start seeing these cattle starting to drop back a little bit. Now, let's talk about your CME feeder cattle index right now. It's also on the decline as well, as to be expected with everything going on. So the CME started off the week Monday at 162.13. By the time we got to Tuesday, it was 162.26. Now, here's where we start seeing our drop now. Wednesday, 161.82. And then by the time we get down there to Thursday, you're looking at 160.58. So you're seeing a big drop going in there, and a pretty aggressive drop as it goes down, just matching the cash market just as much as it should be, so to speak, as things are trending. Now, let's talk about your LRP policies on this. Our phones have been burning up Ian and Damon have been running like madmen, handling your LRP policies for you, and now would be a great time to invest in an LRP policy if you're interested in one. I mean, there is a big difference. I mean, take for granted we are in Kentucky, and that's going to have a little bit of difference in your price versus your CME feeder cattle index. But if you're looking at 160.58 on an 8-weight calf, and you're looking at even at the first of the week this week at 153.30, that's going to be a pretty big difference. And that would be a great place and a great opportunity to put a livestock risk protection policy in. Now, keep this in mind. Like I said, the guys started running like crazy on Thursday, and I think they started answering the phones at 6:45, and they didn't stop answering until about 9:30, right before cutoff. Now, the $6 million premium cap was hit, and that locked down the system. So everybody had to go and start manually entering systems into the RMA, and that is going to put a little bit of a difference as far as your how fast we can see things done, your approvals on that. So keep that in mind. So if because of that lockout, if we didn't get it into the normal system, so to speak, these RMA applications are going to be coming to you here in the next several days or up to a week. And if you've put one of those policies in and you're waiting to hear back from us, we're going to get to that as fast as we can, just as soon as possible, to keep you in the know and let you know what's going on with that. But like I said, if you're interested in putting a livestock risk protection policy in right now, there's a lot of things that can go on. I mean, this deal's just started, so to speak, and the whole lot can go on in a really short period of time. So if you're interested in a livestock risk protection policy, now would be a great time to invest in one. Reach out to us. Call at Superior Ag Insurance. Call Ian Thomas at 859-613-2453, or call Damon Reed at 859-200-9188. Check us out on the web at www.superioragins.com, or keep up with us here on social media, whether that be YouTube or Facebook, and we'd love to keep you in the know and love to help you out with any of your livestock or your crop insurance needs. Thank you so much. Talk to you next week.